this time. We've come back from our cycling trip, and we've both got jobs again now, and we've since purchased a little house with a garden, which I'm very excited about after spending 10-12 years in an apartment now, and then obviously our couple of tours cycling around Europe. We've now decided that we want to settle down, have a house and a bit of a garden. And I've been avidly watching gardening videos on YouTube for the last year, which is a little bit strange from an apartment. But anyway, I've learnt lots and it's kept me really happy. So this is our house. I'll give you a little bit of a tour around it, and then maybe we'll talk about the problems a little bit later on. So we bought a house. This is the carport. That's just a hire car that we've borrowed to move in, and this is the entrance to the house. And there's the family. We've sort of moved a few things in just to settle in. This is our first day here owning this house. This is the garden. It doesn't look very big at the moment, but it'll be a lot bigger when we get rid of those huge great conifers. Hopefully you can see those. Getting a bit light when I do that, but anyway, and that's a beautiful fig tree which is a bit overgrown, needs some work, but we'll get there. So this is the little house that we bought. We're going to do quite a lot of work to it, as I'll probably go into in future videos, but essentially it's a standard Kiwi home with a lot of problems, so we're going to deal with that. Now if I turn around, you'll see one of our the interesting sides to this house. This is a carport, the most enormous carport in the world. It's a double carport that's the bedroom window, so it's right in front of the bedroom window, looks out to the double carport. That is also going, so once we get rid of the carport, that's my garden, and we get rid of the big the big conifer trees, we should have a reasonable space. Anyway, this is the patio. There's the husband. Oh, and that's daughter number 2. We just had a lunch because we've been shifting things all morning. We brought with us an outdoor table just for coffee breaks and things, and some camp chairs, but you've seen those before on other videos. So this is the door. I'll just show you around, give you a bit of a tour. Oh, noise outside by the neighbours. So this is the little kitchen. All of this will be coming out, and you'll see our plans in future videos, but essentially this is what we have at the moment. A bit of a carpet, which is not great. We've got a nice little room here with holes in the wall. You see, like special holes in the wall. It's an added feature. And we've got that, weirdly enough, this is supposed to be a bedroom, but it has a back door in it. And also in this cupboard, I don't think you'll be able to see it in this cupboard, it has some laundry fittings. So it's either a bedroom with indoor-outdoor flow and a private laundry, or it was a laundry that's been converted into a bedroom. Anyway, we have more laundry, so not a shortage of laundries. So a little kitchen, and so this is our living room. Now this house has a skillion roof, which means that it's a shallow angled roof. So we've got nice high ceilings in this front room. And then we've got an open fire, and hopefully we're going to be putting in an efficient log burning fire in there. And then you can see this is the rest of the living room. Then down here we've got a lot of corridor for a little tiny house. This corridor is quite narrow, but gets narrower. Gets even narrower. Okay, so this is the first room, and this is another laundry. So that's 2 laundries and 1 kitchen so far. It's a hot water tank there, and then there's a tub and some pretty nasty carpet. Yeah, that's about it really. And then we come out in here, and we go down with a bit of a cupboard here. Not much to write home about. Standard old-fashioned sort of cupboard with some shelves and a few stains. A bit more cupboarding up there. All of this is coming out, by the way, so carry on down the tiny corridor, and we can see a very tired bathroom. Nice stains on the mirror. We've got a very old-fashioned bath and toilet, and then a sink, a shower with, yeah, which has definitely seen better days. Okay, and then through here, then we've got more corridor. We've got a separate, let's open that door. We've got a separate toilet in here. Then we've got quite a tiny little back bedroom, which is, yeah, not very big. And this is actually going to be, we're going to turn this into an ensuite for our master bedroom. So it's got a little wardrobe. Hopefully I'm not making you dizzy walking through, but anyway, hopefully you can see. So this is the, this will be what is maybe the master bedroom. And again, it's got a little tiny wardrobe in it. Little tiny wardrobe. And you can see the fabulous view of the carport. So when that goes, then hopefully we'll have garden outside here, and we're going to have some French doors in there that open onto the garden. Anyway, that's the house. And you can see we've moved in a few bits. We've got some ladders and tools ready to go. I've taken the curtains down from these windows already because it was nasty, and we've pulled all the blinds up, but they're all coming out soon. Oh, Holly's hard at work already, pulling out some of the what is it, cocoya grass out of the lawn. The first job is going to be to clear up any bits of plastic and things on the lawn. And then we're probably going to use the carpet in the house to lay over the lawn so we can kill some of this grass, which is really quite an invasive grass. Okay, so just to fill you in a little bit on the problems, New Zealand houses are pretty well known for being not great. And this is a classic example. So this is a double brick, it's got no insulation, and these windows obviously are a retrofit, they would be wooden in the first place. But they're aluminium, and they are very, very flimsy. Ooh. They're very flimsy, they flex when you close them and open them. They have, they're metal obviously, so that the temperature on the outside essentially is the temperature on the inside, and they're single glazed. This is obviously not the way windows are in most of Europe, or quite a large amount of the world. But in New Zealand we still see single glazing and aluminium as a standard type of window. What happens of course is that this just runs with water, and you can see on the windowsill even where it's some of the wood is disintegrating just because of the amount of moisture that collects on these windows and just runs down it. So these are coming out, and we're going to replace them with UPVC double glazed windows all throughout the house. Inside ones are normal partition walls, which are just jib and wood. But where we have an outside wall like this one, which is masonry, what happens is that when the weather is cool, this wall is the same temperature as the outside. And because there's no insulation anywhere, thermal bridging occurs, which means that the wall is going to be the temperature of the outside. What happens inside is you try and warm up the air inside, and it's much more moist, the air inside. And as soon as it hits the wall, it condenses if it's below the dew point, which I think is about 12 or 13 degrees, which is the temperature we have in winter. And literally we have water running down the inside of these walls, which is not great. So our plan is to insulate all the way around the outside. There'll be an insulation layer, and then there'll be a waterproof plaster layer on the outside of that. And then all of the double bricks in here will become thermal mass inside the house, which will then maintain the temperature of the house at an even temperature. We're a north-facing site. It's north-facing, so we get lots of lovely sun coming in here. And so this should warm up the house, and then with the double brick thermal mass, and then the insulation on the outside, and also the double glazed windows, this should create quite a nice warm home. We hope. So anyway, that's the big piece of work to do. The other thing is the ceiling. The roof is going to come off, and then we're going to put a bunch of insulation in there. And the other thing is that there's a lot of walls moving around. So most of the internal walls are moving around. we're essentially making less corridor and less laundry. So that's it. You'll find out some more. We'll tell you a bit more about it as we go along, and the ups and downs. I'm sure there will be plenty of those. But anyway, watch this space.